If you didn't hate me before, you don't hate me now. You telling yourself it's for all your people. You do this shit, lies become the truth.
We got money on those streets. We need to protect it.
You ain't never had an enemy like me, Kanan.
I had you as an enemy my whole life.
Your mom's is out the game. Everybody else need to get the out the way.
Can't live with him. Can't live with him.
This is a Southside Jamaica Queen story.
What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. Now, on today's video, we will be covering Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one here is the Season 5, Episode 1 recap. Now, it's been a minute since we did one, y'all. It's been a minute, but hey, this is the recap. You know how we do it on this channel, and if you're not familiar with it, you about to find out with this last niggas. But first and foremost, one hell of an episode. I know when we did the live, I initially ranked it a 8.5 out of 10, but after rewatching 2 more times, I'm thinking I'm gonna solidify my ranking to a 9. This episode was that good, especially for a premiere. Like, this was hella good for an episode premiere, and it's probably only gonna go up from here. But anyways, though, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get on into it. So we start things off with, of course, Kanan. He ugly as hell, you know, spewing out, being a little spoiled brat like he's been doing. You took all my family, D-Thing, Crystal, eat a whole fucking water. I ain't do nothing to you, ugly ass nigga. That's what The Rock was telling them. And, you know, Kanan with ugly hair, he wasn't hearing it. So, right when Kanan was getting ready to, you know, pull the trigger, it almost seemed as if he'd seen somebody walking past that window, like I've been saying, which he probably did. And turns out it so happened to be the bodyguard, Ruben and Lou, right? So, Ruben, seeing Kanan pointing the gun at Rock, points his gun, and of course, Lou jumps ahead, grabs the gun out, tries to, you know, hurry up and knock the gun out of the way before Ruben may potentially take a shot at Kanan, and the gun went off. And the sound of the gunshot made Kanan go into panic, and of course, he delivered some shots. Shots rung off, and he turned around shooting without even looking at who it was. And of course, as we know, one of the most, I don't know, this may have been one of the worst, you know, it was a good death scene, but you know, the saddest scenes for us to see. Kanan has now fatally shot and killed his uncle Lou. And you know, what makes it worse is the fact that, you know, the position that Rock was in, she ended up having to sit there and let her brother bleed out and not call the ambulance because she was thinking about protecting that ugly ass nigga Kanan, which is crazy, but at the same time, that's a mother for your ass. So, but you know, Ruben was like, oh, I can call the ambulance. And he was like, and tell him what, ugly ass nigga. So, of course, unfortunately, our boy Lou bled out right there. Kanan was ugly as hell, in shock, staring, not even uttering a single word. And of course, Rock said, get your little ugly ass out of here, Kanan. And then he took one last look and dipped. Next, we get to, they had to go and dump the body to make it seem like Lou was, you know, shot by somebody else. And they just dumped his body there, which was even more sad. The reason why this is sad for me, people, is because if you remember season 3, when Lou first thought that Rock was taking him somewhere to kill him, but they was actually taking him to a rehab facility. What he was saying, what he was afraid of, is he didn't want to die out there on his own, you know, out there in the dark like that. And then he so happened to die and get left out there in the middle of nowhere in the dark. don't know if anybody else caught that, but yeah, I definitely thought about it. Then of course, Ruben and Rock drove off. Rock telling, hey, little glad nigga, you can't tell nobody about, what happened here. And Ruben looked like he was in shock, like he didn't know what to say or what to think, right? Perhaps if Ruben could have been a little bit more convincing that, everything's all good, your secret's safe from me, Rock may would have let him live, but because he was a liability at this point. But anyways, she told the lad, hey, come back, let me get you some more of this work for what just happened. And he came closer to the car, and of course she gunned him down and finished his ass off. Good night, Ruben. 2 bodies in 3 minutes. One major body, one of them just a regular random lad nigga. Next we get to Jukebox and Marvin, and she was like, look, I was trying to contact your little lad last night. What happened? She ended up having to contact Uncle Lou because Kanan was on some crazy stuff with Rock last night. And he was like, nah, I was busy. Some little glad niggas was after me, but what's going on between you and your little glad cousin? And then, in the middle of that and stuff like that, somebody knocked on the door. Jukebox went to go get the door, and of course it was the police. Detective Adolf Hitler. Glad nigga. Might like Hitler. Anyways, he came to the glass over there. Are you Marvin Thomas? Like, yeah, little glad nigga. It's Louis, your brother. And then Marvin nodded, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna need you for the Germany army for World War III. I thought your little glad were dead. But anyway, though, they wanted him to come with them to go ID the body. Then we get to Rock. This was kind of a sad thing because she's back from trying to clean up the mess, and then she noticed a blood stain on the wall, and she's cleaning it up, and in the midst of cleaning it up, she just breaks down because I guess she's taking it in of what has just transpired. She really just dumped off her baby brother, because probably outside of Kanan, Lou may have been who she loved the most. I would say she probably loved Lou a little bit more than she did Marvin. Just my opinion. Y'all let me know in the comments. But she breaks down because she's like, damn, but I really just had to do that to my baby brother to protect that ungrateful ugly ass nigga, which is true. But anyways, though, we get to the ID, and Marvin takes a look, like, yeah, that's him. And of course, he wasn't happy about it. They showed the body, and he makes it back to the car, and Juke is asking, was it him? And Marvin could even speak, he was just start breaking down. And that's when she knew, like, damn, my uncle and his brother is really gone. So, they share a moment, really sad. Then we get to Ugly Baptiste. He ugly as hell, you know what I'm saying? Looking like Red Skull from Captain Avengers. If anybody know you played that game, you know who I'm talking about, ugly ass niggas. But anyways, he's getting ready to retire, and he's telling Detective Garcia, to make sure he finds out who put down Howard. That's the too important, you know what I'm saying? Next, we get to Neek. He ugly as hell with your boy Biggie. And they have discovered where B. Rilla's baby mama lives. And they're asking, hey, I'm here on some business with Lou and, Rilla. You seen the little ugly ass nigga? And basically, she like, nah, I ain't seen the ugly ass nigga in a little minute. Last time I saw him, he was at some little regular spot at the mall, not knowing that she's signing that mind death wish. Like, she kind of, this how she not very discreet, because she gave way too much information. Like, that's crazy. But anyways, though, she may would have discovered some trouble if she wouldn't have talked, but hey, who knows? Anyways, next we get back to Marvin. He is now in Rock's house delivering the news that she already know, but of course she is faking, acting like she don't know a thing. And Marvin, in the midst of telling her, he catches on that, like, damn, you taking this way better than I am. Shoot, you ain't even crying. She like, then of course, you know, she had to deflect. Oh, don't try to tell me how to hurt. I'm doing this and this. I just lost a part of my heart. Yeah, you knew it already that was bad, nigga. But, you know, I'm not blaming Rob. At the same time, it's still hard to say that it's not fucked up, right? And I'm just very curious to see what would be Marvin's reaction once he finds out she knew. But anyways, though, after that, he asked her, where is Panessa? You know, where's Panessa and Jerome? And Rock was like, that's all we got. You can't go after her. He was like, where the hell is she, Rock? And then she went in and told him that, you know, where he was at. And Marvin proceeded to take off. But right when he was taking off, she told him, look, if you go through with this, it ain't no turning back. And of course, like the big brother, he was like, look, Lou is gone. It's already ain't no turning back. So, you know, it was you wouldn't. And next, of course, we get to your boy Rilla. Vanessa up in there whining and crying. She over there whining and crying more than the goddamn kid. And then Rilla like, man, if you don't shut your ass up with your big forehead ass, I'll kill you and that little glad nigga. So, you know, she go ahead and I guess stop whining for a little second, and then Rilla hit a knock, and he like, finally, there you ugly ass nigga. And before he even get to really go and check, boom, busting through the door. Ugly ass nigga neat, ugly ass nigga big. Bust through the door and wet your boy B Rilla up. R.I.P. B Rilla. A wasted character that didn't matter at all. But hey, I guess he served some kind of purpose. Next, we get to your boy Kanan and your girl Juke. Juke is delivering the news to Kanan, which he already knew, of course, too, because the trigger man is in your facility, dear, and you don't even know it. But anyway, he ugly as hell, you know, not showing any remorse and stuff. Because, you know, Kanan at this point doesn't know how to process this. That's really what's happening there. And pretty much, you know, Juke is in the state of mind, she's like, damn, throughout all the stuff we've been through, like all this last shit we done did, I thought, you know, we were untouchable. And that's when ugly ass Kanan was like, nobody's untouchable. And of course, that was the end of that. Then next we get the introduction to your boy Breeze. And he is sitting down having some pasta or whatever, talking to his ugly ass uncle and auntie, and they talking business. Basically, you know, Snaps is telling them make sure he got some spots that he got set up and stuff like that, because, you know, Southside is can be, what's the word he used? Some ugly ass words. But anyways, you know, Breeze was like, Southside ain't no different from what did he say? East New York, Brooklyn, whatever the fuck he said. He said the corners might be different, but shit, you know, business stay the same. And, you know, Snap was like, you know, you need to make sure you still do it, and no side hustles. Your little glad love doing shit behind our back, but not this time, little lad nigga. You know, your work is our work. And then Breeze was like, you know, for some retired ugly ass niggas, y'all love y'all real active. And then, you know, he also was like, you know, Kanan is a special occasion, but why the hell we need that neat nigga for when they got him? And they was like, you know, Pop was like, you know, well, he got men behind him, and if we take him out, then they'll turn against us. We gotta finesse that shit. And now Breeze was like, would y'all finesse that shit when y'all bone rush them banks? And then probably Snap was like, we ain't bone rush shit. We went right through the front door, his ass nigga. But anyways, you know, they were just talking business, nothing too special. Nice little introduction. Then your boy Neek has paid a visit to your boy Phil Russo. He asked, did you put down Lou? And Russo took offense to that. Like, look, that nigga, I already told you I'm done with the South Side. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Then Nick was like, well, maybe some of your men did it behind your back. And he was like, if anybody do something behind my back, you know, I'm cutting all their fingers out, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, Nick is majorly concerned because he knew that the blowback would go on him, although that's something he didn't even do. Anyway, so next, we get back to your boy Actually, you know, we are here too soon. Sorry, last nigga. We're gonna come back to that. I don't know how that photo got up so early right here, last niggas. But it ain't time for that. But anyways, we gonna go to the next one. We get to your boy Garcia, right? Garcia is here, and he's talking to Juke. He's like, look, I've been being nice cop, but it's time for me to be bad cop. And then Juke's like, look, lad, nigga, y'all all the same. Nobody worry about what you talking about. But anyways, you know, after that, your boy Marvin is going on a rampage. He already done went to the mall spot where Pernessa and her son supposed to have been at, but of course we know Neek has already came through there and rescued them, so he came up empty there. Then he went to the tailor shop and of course came up empty there as well. So now he's really pissed and he's ugly as hell, and he just pretty much trashed the entire shop. After that, we get to Rock. She's getting ready to pay a visit to Hafiz, but I want to put this in here because I'm gonna do a video on this later. I think this is pretty important. This lady here, they didn't just show her for no reason. She's gonna more than likely be used later on to help Rock with something else. I'm not gonna say what it is yet because I don't want ugly ass niggas stealing my thoughts, but this girl is very important. That's the reason why they showed it. And then of course Rock asks her, you know, she says she need to go see Hafiz. She makes it in. She lets her know, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man, nigga. Shit bad right now, but I'm handling it. And you know, of course, Hafiz was like, you promised me that you would be able to handle the product I gave you. And she was like, ain't I will, ugly ass nigga. It's just gonna take a little bit more time. I need to get my ducks in a row. And he was like, a promise in my country, where I'm from, means you keep your... he said something ugly as hell with his Luigi looking ass. And she was like, I got you, Luigi. Tell Super Mario to, you know, calm down and we gonna handle this shit. But anyways, though, next we get to your boy Kanan. He came back. He noticed that Primo and Crank are sitting around not doing much of nothing, and he like, fuck y'all little glass doing. And then they like, well, I tell you what we ain't doing, we ain't getting paid. And then that's when, you know, Crank brings up, and he heard about this guy wheeze, sneeze, or something. But and then he said, you've been putting folks on. And then of course Kanan was like, Breeze. He was like, yeah, that nigga. So, you know, basically it's crazy how quickly this seems as if they're willing to, you know, just turn on him that quickly. Like, that nigga ain't got no loyalty at all. So that's something I think we should definitely be looking at. The loyalty of Crank don't seem like he got much loyalty. He's going with wherever the money's at, which means you can't trust that nigga. But anyways, next we get to your girl Amber, and she's been interrogated by some ugly cops. They trying to ask her more about what happened between the shooting with her former foster parents, and she's putting up the lie that Marvin told her. It was some white guy with tattoos, but of course, you know, with her being so young, she don't know how to properly lie and make sure, you know, it's not something that they can catch her up with. It's not a flawed lie that she's telling. And of course, the detectives were able to catch on. Was like, look, she's scared and she's clearly lying. And this little hoochie right here was like, look, let me talk to her. She likes the little glad family she with. We take that away from her, we'll get her to talk. So that's something to look out for. Will Amber eventually squeal? We shall see. Next, we get to your boy Snaps and Pop. They are, you know, coming through the shop, and then of course Pop cracks some jokes like, love what you did to the play with the place. And then I forgot what Neek said, but he, you know, cracked a joke as well. Long story short, they had a little quick conversation about, you know, Unique noticed that he does absolutely need their help right now, because outside of the Jersey mob that he has with him, he doesn't really have much left. So he needs some kind of alliance. So he agreed to meet with their nephew Breeze. Anyways, next we got another scene where, you know, Aisha, she's speaking with Juke. She's letting them know. Juke is telling them that everybody around her keeps dying and stuff like that. And, you know, that it could potentially happen to her. Aisha tells her not to think about that, but, you know, hard not for her to think about that because she's like, hey, you can't guarantee that it's not happening. Anyways, a quick little conversation they have, and then Aisha leaves. But yeah, next we get back to Marvin. He's upset he couldn't find Neek, and he makes it back to Lou's house, and he ends up sharing a memory of the I guess it's probably his last, you know, lovable memory that he can remember of his little brother. It's when he was sitting there doing music, doing what he loved with his daughter, Jukebox. And next we get to Ugly Ass Garcia. He is watching as Aisha is getting back in the car, so that's definitely something else to look out for. We know that Ugly Ass Garcia will probably try to target her to get more information. Next we get to Vanessa. She is having a conversation with your boy Neek. She's like, hey, Ugly Ass nigga, I know you probably thought I was following you because I believed in all the ugly ass shit that you were saying, but they was asking because I loved your little ugly. You know what I'm saying? And she wants him to throw away all of the stuff and just leave with her. But of course, Neek is married to the game. He is like, no, I'm not leaving, you know. And pretty much it was a pretty good, reasonable conversation. It seemed like he calmed down a little bit because he didn't snap on her, at least this time, like, you know, he did last season. But anyways, next we get to Breeze and his ugly ass fight club. Two ugly ass niggas fighting, which I'm still curious to see. Is it possible that maybe D-Wid's brother will end up coming out of this fight club? Not exactly sure. But anyways, the dude that was winning the fight was beating the guy up. The ugly ass nigga said he quit. And after that, Breeze was like, nah, you ain't done until I see you, until I'm done. Put him down, or I'll put your ugly ass down. And then the dude looking like, bro, this man ugly as hell, bro. So the guy had to finish him off, unfortunately. And he like, and then that's when, you know, 50 was narrating, like, despite all the smiles and stuff that you see, this nigga right here is the most hideous, ugly ass nigga I've ever known. And I just can't wait to see more of him, you feel me? Next we get to Stefano. He ugly as hell up in the hospital. And, you know, he's basically letting them know Russo was the one who did it. He'll explain later why he was meeting with him, but what he did was a violation, and if it starts a war, so be it. You know, nothing too important. Next, we get to your boy, Kanan. And, you know, he's, that's going back to when I was saying, you know, they was having this conversation, and they was walking and shit, and then that's when Breeze is like, you know, we're going to expand combine our organization so we can expand. You was a, you know, business at first, now you're about to be a corporation. So it seems like what the aspect of what Ghost was doing, he may have picked up some of that from Breeze. But anyways, though, you know, Kanan is still curious of why him, though. And, you know, they was like, it's in the blood and stuff like that, the hustling royalty. But in my opinion, I think it's something deeper than that, but we will talk about that in another video. Next, we get to Neek. He's saying goodbye to Vanessa because they are leaving to go out of town. And, you know, she wants him to come with them, but he declines, says he wants to get stuff back clear there in the South Side. And of course, now the little boy is taking it in. So like, man, your little ugly ain't gonna come with us. All right, bro. Look like he turning into another Tariq and Kanan. But, hey, we should see. Yes, we get to the little ugly ass nigga Taz. He ugly as hell. He hating on Kanan. And, you know, Breeze getting on him like, hey, your little ugly ass fucked up something. I can't remember what he said he fucked up, but he fucked up something. And he was like, your little ugly ass, you know, gotta make sure that the money right or some shit. He was like, you really gonna get that ugly ass nigga Kanan all these blocks and shit? And then Breeze was like, worry about your own self, little ugly ass nigga. So this lets you know there that Taz is a hater. He's gonna be like a Kane last nigga, but he's gonna be much weaker because we know Kanan gonna take his ass out rather easily and quickly. So I could see Breeze being absolutely okay with it because he can see that that nigga was a hater, and you know Breeze is cold blooded, so he don't give a fuck. But anyways, in the midst of that, that's when Neat comes in, and you know, Breeze like Kadeem ugly ass Mathis. Then that's when Neat like, look, only my mama and the police call me that. You damn sure ain't my mama. He like, my bad. And Breeze like, my bad, ugly ass nigga. You know, but you are under arrest for stealing my style. And Neat like, if I had it first, how the hell I'm stealing it? But you know, they had a little back and forth and stuff like that. You can definitely tell there's gonna be tensions between them. Breeze 100% don't like Neat. Neat 100% don't like Breeze. But what's gonna end up transpiring, as we know, is that eventually, once Unique has served his purpose, they're gonna get rid of him. My prediction has been episode 5 where this is transpiring, but hey, who knows? Next we get to the funeral scene, right? And Marvin is up trying to deliver a eulogy, and he is ugly as hell, of course. Like, babe, I ain't gonna lie, I know we in church, but I ain't hearing that ugly ass shit right there, babe. I know we supposed to forgive, but I can't forgive shit. Cause whoever the ugly ass nigga that took out my little brother, before he see God, he gonna see me. And that's it. It was sad and funny at the same time. And then so much so that, you know, Marvin wasn't able to really do it, which I could figure would happen. And like expected, you know, Rock had to step up and, you know, say some words and finish off the eulogy. And she basically talks about, you know, the things about things not being just about you, but, you know, being about everybody, the family and stuff like that. And then, you know, the things she's saying, she was looking at Kanan while she was doing it, and it seems as if the only one that paid attention that she was looking at Kanan when she said some of those words was Juke. Juke has already started to peep game. There's something that's wrong, that something may be going on, but that happened with Lou that they're not telling them, right? Then next, of course, right after that, Kanan is getting ready to leave the funeral, and Rock calls him, tell him, hey, lad, you ain't said nothing since the funeral. And since you know what happened. And he's like not saying anything, and she basically lets him know that, you know, she's done with him. She's done cleaning up his mess. She's washing her hands with his little glass. And once again, your girl Juke, she is peeping game. She's noticing that the tensions is going on between them. So we know what to expect next episode. Juke is gonna be piecing the things together. But anyways, though, after Rock said all that she said, Kanan's like, you must say it all day because you think I was supposed to give a fuck, but I don't. So, you know, he was a cold-hearted, ugly-ass nigga, and he really didn't give a fuck. But anyways, pretty much, that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular episode. Definitely let me know what y'all think overall of this episode 1. I thought it was absolutely great, but, you know, y'all let me know what was your favorite parts and what is your expectation and your rankings in the comment sections. But like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. But until the next video, I'm out.